weed of the week is a tough perennial. It's Canada Thistle.
It is one of the toughest weeds to get under control because it has such an extensive root system, and when farmers hear us say, don't do tillage, they think, what are you talking about? That's what we've always done.
Yeah, but the whole thing is you just spread Canada Thistle around. This is a really difficult weed because it has an extensive root system, including rhizomes. So if you cut those rhizomes below ground, you've now done two things. You may have created some new plants. Those rhizomes will shoot up new plants. But in addition to that, when you spray a herbicide, it won't have the chance to get through the entire root system.
Okay, there are only a few herbicides that are really highly effective at controlling Canada Thistle below ground. There's a lot of things that can burn off top growth, like 2,4-D for example. But if you want to get into the root system, here are the choices. Number one, you could use Roundup. If you use Roundup though, keep in mind you need to deliver a lethal dose to every one of those growing points.
Yep.
That's the highest labeled rate you're going to need.
Yeah, and don't use too much water. You don't want to water down your Roundup. You want a low water volume and the highest labeled rate of Roundup. But like Darren said, the key is you have to get a lethal dose to every growing point. This isn't going to happen if you have cold weather conditions. If for some reason you don't get the product into the plant quickly, you want to have that plant growing very actively.
Okay, the other two products I talk about a lot with Canada Thistle are Tourton and Milestone, and there is a difference here. Tourton's been out a lot longer than Milestone has, and it is an effective thistle control product. It can move down into the root system, but with a lower use rate, a newer and a little safer product, Milestone's pretty exciting.
Yeah, Milestone is even better than Tourton. Both Milestone and Tourton not only have contact activity on Canada Thistle, they have residual control as well, so that's a big advantage they have to Roundup. But of course, Tourton and Milestone aren't going to be used in most cropping areas. It's mainly Roundup in the crop areas. So if you don't have Roundup ready crops, you're talking burn down. And the real challenge with burn down operations is that cold temperature, that non-active growth like I'm talking about. You want to have a plant that's really growing quickly, so we want warm temperatures over 50 degrees at night and preferably over 70 degrees during the daytime.
Now, if you have Canada Thistle anywhere on your property, get it under control right away. Roundup, Tourton, and Milestone are the best options.
Well, that's it for our Weed of the Week, but stay tuned. Iron Talk is coming up next.